Jud is a man with a secret. I love playing the part. I love playing a part with a secret. He's a very mysterious character. He could be a scary character or a good character, you don't know, but he carries a lot of baggage. Jud, because of his knowledge of local lore and his own experience in life, has come upon this extraordinary fact that up in those woods there is a mysterious presence that the local tribes knew about generations before, and that is, there is a presence up there that can bring things back. I was very much taken with the character of Jud. He's, in Stephen's novel, he's very much a yokel. He's an old Maine codger. We have approached the character a little differently, and we've made some substantial changes in the plotting of the book, I assume with Stephen's blessing. We've given Jud a backstory. We've given him a terrible loss in his life from many years before that still haunts him. And in approaching the character, I enjoyed thinking about what Jud would have been like if he hadn't suffered this terrible loss. I think he wouldn't have been a hermit. I think he would have been a very social, very good-humored, very active and delightful man, and a smart man. He wishes things were better. And I think he's a man who's capable of great longing, great love, great humor, but all of those things have just been wrung out of him by life. Jette Laurence, she's our lucky charm. I mean, she's just magic. Completely self-possessed. You know, when you act with a child, it's always a good idea to pay attention to their parents. You can tell she has wonderful parents, and she does, because she's so easy with everybody, so relaxed about the process, she's so real. And I mean, the character travels an extraordinary journey. I won't begin to tell you what happens to this character of Ellie, but it's something that any grown-up actor would be intimidated by. She's not intimidated by anything. Jason has been just such a pleasure to work with. He's a very high-spirited, gruff. He's an Aussie. He and I talk endlessly about soccer, and because both of us are passionate about that, or football as we call it. He gnaws at a role like a dog with a bone. I mean, he's read the book 2 or 3 times. He's been like our Pet Sematary Stephen King consultant almost. He's my kind of actor. He loves to unlock the secrets of a scene, and he won't stop until he gets it. Well, Amy is a piece of work. I mean, I feel that she's so overqualified for us. You know, she's a fantastic writer and director herself. And yet, as a director, she knows it's very important to simply inhabit your role as an actor. The great tragedy for me is I have barely anything to do with her character. She's fearless with emotion, you know, that's what's so extraordinary about her stuff. They are drunk on movies, these guys. I tell you, I mean, I think they've spent about half of the waking hours of their lives either watching movies or directing their own little movies, starting in their high school years. And they just sweep you up with their enthusiasm. I just love working with directors who are obsessed with the work, obsessed with getting it right. They don't have time to be prima donnas or preoccupy themselves with anything but what they're going to get, you know. And they see it and they know it and they know what they want, but they're eager to hear what you think. And it's been a great process, and they have a terrific tandem thing going. They found those 2 perfect houses within 100 yards of each other up in the woods west of Montreal. And everything has sort of keyed off of that. They have rebuilt one of the houses right here to do interior scene work starting tomorrow, I think. And they have created a forest and a mountaintop, well, a very mysterious mountaintop setting, rough-hewn with cairns built of rock. You'll see. But that's been amazing. You just feel like you're there. You love to act in something where you just know you're going to take people on a wild, wild trip. You're going to shock them. You know what the moments are when things are just going to electrify an audience. This one, I think, is going to be just tremendous. The best horror, and there is a sort of hierarchy of horror, is where you really care about the people. You really understand, you identify with their longings, their fears, their motivations, and you identify with them. It'll certainly have thrills and chills like the very best of horror. I love to think of it in the line of movies and stories that start simple, start quite calmly, as if nothing out of the ordinary is going to happen. And then slowly things seep in. You begin to see the little like green shoots of anxiety among these characters, the little sources of trouble. And then it just draws you in. And it's real, a story that really speaks truth and expresses true emotion of the very deepest kind. And then just tortures you with them. This is what's so extraordinary about the story that Stephen King devised. There are people in your life that you love so much you feel you cannot do without them. So what would you do if you had the chance to bring them back when you lose them? It's the Faustian question. Big choices like that, big mortal choices like that. And you never know until you're there. Until you feel that grief, you never know how you're going to respond to it. That's this movie, this story gives you one version of what might happen.